Hi, this is Sherry. I have a junk journal to share, a flip through. This is a kitchen cooking theme. And I have this 1979 cookbook. It's on vegetarian cookery, but the junk journal isn't focused on vegetarian. And it has the paper cover, the dust jacket. And this is what the cover looked like. I thought it was beautiful. You don't find many cookbooks with a nice illustration on the cover. And I put this little label on the back, Levinson's the bookstore, although that's not where I got this book from. And you take the dust jacket off. This is kind of it's a 9x6, so it's going to barely fit. There's the bottom. Okay, so let's get into it. I used some illustrations from the Laurel's kitchen. I thought they were really beautifully drawn. They're just black and whites. Let's get this in here. Okay, Sherry, you can do it. Come on. Okay, there we go. All right. This is a little flip out. I've got several tuck spots. This is a pocket here. This is a little envelope. Oh, move it over. Here's another tuck spot. Can't see it. There you go. Okay, there I go. I can see it. All right. This fold, first page. Main frame, yes, kind of, sort of, okay. And I used many pages from various cookbooks and pamphlets that I have. Vintage aprons, tea-dyed paper. I was able to find some 11x17 tea-dyed paper, which was really useful for this size of book. I have a lot of sewn and fabrics in here. In other words, I stitched a lot of fabrics into this that looked kitchen-y to me. This is from an old pamphlet. Some fabric here. Good Housekeeping's Book of Cookies. I have a digital of this, but this is the original page from the original booklet. So I thought, why not include that rather than the digital? This is just clipped on. I used some other digital printouts. Here's a fabric ruffle up here that I made from fabric. This is a little paper fold out. It's a fabric pocket. This is from the book, Laurel's Kitchen. Some of Mrs. Cogg's words. They're so, I like their font. There's no sincerer love than the love of food. Okay, and this is a fabric flip out here with a little pocket to hide something in. This is just some patches here, all for decorative purposes. I thought the page looked good, kind of coordinated. Here's a pocket with some vintage book pages in it and some trim. And here's a page from an old Good Housekeeping pie book pamphlet. And I sewed on some lace trim here. A pocket from Vintage Papers. This is vintage. A couple of fabric ruffle and material down here. This is can be a pocket. It's just some beautiful old lace trim that I have. Again, patches. This is fabric here. This is a tag. This is a double pocket. love these pattern or pattern drawings. Here's a fabric flip out, some vegetable fabric with a little tuck spot in it. More patches. This is really neat fabric, kind of retro. I think the theme of this is much more retro than anything else. These are just some decorative. This is a little pocket up here. Tea dyed. This is fabric and paper pocket. I have some lace trim there at the bottom. Paper flip up pocket. There's some decorative patches. Again, it looked retro with some of the patent drawings. I love egg beaters. I have a collection of old egg beaters. Most are vintage, a few are even antique. This is a fabric flip up. And I do the random stitching all over the place. There's a pocket with some nice blue lace trim on it. Some journaling space. Retro aprons. This is from a real pamphlet. It's not a printout, not a digital. Another drawing page from the kitchen, Laurel's kitchen book. Wallpaper. Here's a nice little coloring page graphic. More vintage paperwork. It's a pocket, tuck spot with some of that checkered kitchen look. This is just a fabric flip up with an old, probably a napkin or placemat. Here's some more really cool lace pocket. At least I think it's cool. More vintage material with pages from my pamphlets. You can find those pamphlets at a lot of antique stores for not too much money. They're just really neat. I love the images, the artwork. There's a pocket. This is fabric with some aprons on it and a couple of little recipes. Brownies, lemon cream pie. This is an old napkin corner with a couple of things tucked in there. This is the actual page from the party pie book, 1958. Soon we'll be having parties again. More people getting the vaccines and just getting out again. Feels good. Yes, it does. I've been working out at the gym with a trainer because I hate exercise, so he's keeping me going. And I get so dry there, I have to put this great arnica oil on my hands. It's a massage oil. If it looks shiny at all, it smells good too. At least it smells good to me. Fabric. And this is wallpaper, digital. Buttered French style green beans. Some nice lace trim there. It looks vintagey. I'm not sure if it is, but it almost looks like tatting. More aprons, egg beater, little fabric patch. It's a paper flip out for journaling. There's pretty loaded journal, but there are some places for journaling. This is another fabric. It's a crocheted, actually it looked like it could have been a curtain because it has a hem here. And this is just some fabric trim that I put on there, and more vintage recipes and cooking hints. Same here with riff rack. Pork, I like the drawing. 500 snacks. Yes, we all need that. 1950. And this is a little cookbook that I just stuck the whole thing in here. Recipes with our favorite Campbell soup. Not quite a personal favorite, but, and here's a fabric ruffle that I made. Whoops, oh, sorry. Let me stick this back on here. Kind of keeps the cookbook from flipping around. Little tuck spot here, and dessert images. Here's some more kitchen fabric. Paper flip up with a little fabric ruffle. This is a piece of vintage tablecloth, and I have a little fabric tag pinned on there and some velveteen. More little patches and tuck spots. I cook. What's your superpower? Well, it's not exactly my superpower, but I don't mind cooking now and then. This is some fabric. This is a digital of an old dish towel. Here's some red velveteen. Frozen foods. Oh boy, weren't they popular back in the day. I guess they still are for many people. Another dish towel image. This is fabric, and it's a paper flip up with some fabric pieces and this really nice trim. I don't have much, but I love it. This is a recipe card holder, and I have some tags in here. This is a piece of a vintage handkerchief with some lace trim. It's just a little pocket hold, little tuck spot. Some more writing area. This is a little fabric patch and some fabric and lace trim corner there. And another image of the fabric tablecloth and fabric and kitchen tools. And I had this page from a cookbook. I had a natural made pocket, so I thought I would use that. A handy pocket, and here's another coloring page. Aprons, back with wallpaper, and stitched. And that is the cooking journal. I so much loved making this. I'm attracted to the old cookbooks, the old cooking pamphlets, and when I saw this cover, I was inspired. You know, let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this journal flip through.